Hi, it's Chris from Clearly Crafted. Excuse my voice, I'm still battling this cold. So I had some of these great little clear glass candle holders that I had gotten at the dollar store. And I covered 3 of them with some different mulberry papers. So this is a pretty thin mulberry paper. And the reason I'm doing this, I tend to turn these into lanterns. I call them lanterns, but the candle holders, we use the battery operated lights in them. So this is a much thinner one. This is torn pieces that have been put down, and then I put a coat of Mod Podge over it, and it leaves it with almost like this very dry surface to use. You can see all of the veins from the mulberry paper going through it. Always looks neat when it's lit. So what I'm doing is I'm working on a couple. I have a whole bunch of projects going on right now. I'm like going in too many directions, trying to get them all completed. I tend to start and then I never get to the varnishing stage. They are sitting here on incomplete. So you can see how that looks neat with the lights in it. So I decided with Valentine's Day and Easter coming up, I'm going to have some gifts for some friends and family members. I always give my mom something, and I have a few people I work with and some friends that I like to give to. So I have some really neat rice papers, and this is all from one sheet of rice paper, which tends to be really neat when you buy a sheet of rice paper. They come with, many of them come with multiple images on it. This one, and then they have a little code down at the bottom. It tells you the gram weight right here. So this is rice paper, 25 to 30 gram weight. And this is code number R0393. So if you want to reorder it, and this is the ITD brand. So you see that name on a lot of things. I'll bring that up. So these pieces actually all go together because I don't like to do a mirror image on either side. I like to do different pictures on either side so you have some difference. This is a tulip package, so I probably got it for Easter at some point. So what I decided was this little basket of flowers is going to go on one side, and then on the opposite side will just go this little piece. And then these cute little pieces, you're kind of like, what am I going to do with these cute little pieces? Well, that goes perfectly on the bottom here, and you'll be able to see it inside. So it gives you almost 3 pieces. It mixes things up. These are really neat too to do ornaments. These small pieces, you can put them on the glass ornaments. I use these clear glass, ignore the witch, because I'm in the process of doing some witch ornaments, but you can see the little bit smaller round ornaments that this could go on and just be a little something. You could put it on a gift tag. You could do really anything you wanted with it. So it's just a little piece. So what I'll do is that'll end up going on the bottom, and then it'll be done in the reverse decoupage with that. So this, doing each side, that's why I love this little rack here my husband made me, because it holds my round glass pieces so that they don't move, but I can move on here. So this is going to go on this side, and then I just want to check and make sure that I don't, yeah, that's fine. It has quite a few lines in it on that side, but that's all right for this. So sometimes you want to do that if you're doing something that's going to light up and you've put mulberry paper on. You want to put your light in it when you're trying to place your image. I've said this before in a few of my other videos. There's nothing worse than having a face or some kind of item, object, something you really want to highlight, and then you have a line of mulberry paper going right through it. So I always light to check and make sure that it looks good. Yeah, that'll be fine right there. And it's not so much with the flowers, but if this was like an angel with a face, or, you know, a deer with the face, which I've done before, and then you have this line that runs through it, when you light it up, it kind of takes away from the image. So I always light them before. Now this, I'm just using some satin Mod Podge. And I always go side to side. This is curved, slightly curved. So I always start in the middle when I'm putting on my napkins. And I start with one streak there, and I have it down, but then I use my dry finger. I want to make sure my finger's dry, and I just slide back and forth, especially with any of these rounded pieces. I don't want to have glue on my hand when I'm doing this. So you just want to be careful. Any kind of curve is going to cause a little pucker, and this may pucker here, and then I'll just take a little V out of that. So I'm going to turn this, get it down, and see where my trouble spots are going to be. I love these tulips. Valentine's Day too. I always think, you know, really any flower, everybody is focused on roses for Valentine's Day, and roses are beautiful, but not everybody likes them. So, and if you give something like this for Valentine's Day, it's almost more of a keepsake. You know, real flowers, while being beautiful, they die and they don't last too long. But something like this lasts much longer. One thing too, this rice paper tends to, I want to use the word stretch, even though it's really not what it does. It's moldable. See, the only place I'm going to have some trouble is down around this curve down here. You can see. Rice paper too, when you have some wrinkles, you can easily rub them out. Easier than with a napkin. Rice paper usually doesn't tear. The only thing you can, rice paper is a printed image. This image is printed on here. If you rub it too much, you can actually rub the image off. So that's what you want to be careful of. So I'm going to turn that around. It looks good. And I'm going to flip this up a little bit. Yeah, that's the nice thing about rice paper. It tends to be a little more forgiving. There we go. A few little creases there, but with the basket, that looks like it goes with it, and the flower. There we go. We have our little basket of flowers there. That's going to be cute. Yeah, I like that. Nice. And then what I'll do is go around the edges and kind of seal it down a little bit more. I don't want to seal it completely just yet. Rolling around a little bit. I need to open this up more. There. You can see I'm just using my finger to push out some of these wrinkles that will easily go away. And then it flattens out nicely. Like there's a wrinkle here, but you can't even tell. Right there. There we go. And there. We have that nice little image. I'm going to let that dry before I'm flipping it over to do the other side, or it's going to stick no matter what, and then it'll pull up. So give it some time and we'll do the other side.